Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about ISO 9001-2015 and the requirement for defining the context of the organization. I'm holding my notes because this is a brand new requirement, but it's the most important requirement because we're going to take a step back, we're going to sit down, we're going to take a look at the business, and we're going to understand what the business is all about. From that point going forward, we're going to design, redesign, or modify the quality management system so that it's actually working to the benefit of the company. So we're going to be looking at a few different aspects. I want us to use some PowerPoints to understand those aspects. There's some new terminology. I didn't personally like it, but it's what it is, and we're going to try to understand that terminology. So let's go to the PowerPoint. Okay, now we're going to go to slide 1 of context of the organization. There are 4 aspects that we need to consider. The first aspect is truly understanding the organization and its context. The second is understanding the needs and expectations of the interested parties. The third is determining the scope of the quality management system. And the fourth is defining the quality management system and its processes. Let's break this down now, understanding the organization and its context. The organization shall determine external and internal issues that are relevant to its purpose and its strategic direction and that affect its ability to achieve the intended results of the quality management system. We are required to monitor and review information. Let's take a look at issues with respect to external issues and internal issues. External issues may be things associated with legal, technical, competitive, market, cultural, social, economic, international, national, regional, local, or anything else that's related to the business from an external perspective. Internal issues may be values, culture, knowledge, performance, or anything related to your organization that is going to be pertinent with your quality management system. I know it's a new and difficult concept to get our heads around, but we're all doing this together. Understanding the needs and expectations of interested parties. The standard says, due to the impact or potential impact on the organization's ability to consistently provide products and services that meet customer and applicable statutory and regulatory requirements, the organization shall determine interested parties that are relevant to the QMS and those requirements of these interested parties. So interested parties may be your stakeholders, may be your customers, may be your investors, may be your suppliers. These are folks that are involved with your organization and play a role in the relevancy of your quality management system. We are required to monitor and review the information associated with understanding the needs and expectations of our interested parties. Third, determine the scope of the quality management system. The standard reads, the organization shall determine the boundaries and the applicability of the quality management system to establish its scope. So rather than identify exclusions, we are going to identify what is not applicable in the standard to our organization. The standard states, the scope shall be available and maintained as documented information, stating the products and services covered by the quality management system and justification for any instance where requirement cannot be applied. Identification of our quality management system and its processes. Here's our opportunity to define and design the right quality management system that suits the needs of the business. And in doing so, once we identify our processes, we will then drill down and identify the process inputs and outputs, as well as the sequence and interaction of these processes. We'll also look at the criteria, methods, measurements, and indicators to ensure effective operation and control. We'll take a look at resource requirements, responsibilities and authorities, risks and actions. This is new, as well as methods for monitoring, measuring, evaluating, and required changes to achieve intended results. We'll always be taking a look at opportunity for improvement. The standard reads, the organization shall maintain documented information to the extent necessary to support the operation of the processes and retain documented information to the extent necessary to have confidence that the processes are being carried out as planned. In closing, I just want to emphasize that it's very important that we take the time to define the context of the organization prior to establishing our new quality management system. Let's take the time to understand our processes, how they're integrated, how they're defined, how they're related, any risks associated with the processes, who the external and internal interested parties may be, what are the internal and external issues. It's a document that we must have. It's retained information. Now, don't forget to go ahead and take a look at the PowerPoint associated with this video as well, and really make sure that you understand the requirements before you go forward with defining the context of the organization. I'll see you in the planning video.